sense of this team right now? Being at 5-4 and knowing you're running out of room for error here, what is the sense going into this stretch and knowing that room for error is not there?
Well, the sense is we've got our best football to play, and it's in front of us. And, we're not going to let the fact that we're 5-4 make this team and divide us apart. We've had stretches where we haven't played up to our standard in the past, and we've always found a way through those. So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to find a way through it. We got an opportunity Monday night at home against a hungry team in the Denver Broncos. So we got to be ready, and we got to do everything we can do to get a win.
Experiences that you mentioned of maybe not where you wanted to at certain points of the season, but feel that you guys ultimately worked yourself out?
Yeah, I think just being in that situation, we understand that adversity is going to happen. That's every football season. That's every team. Whether you've got injuries or lulls in your schedule or this or that, it's going to happen, and that's part of the game. We got to find a way to fight through it, and I do still feel supremely confident in the group of guys that we've got here and the leadership that we've got. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to follow our leaders.
Play calling has been something that's been heavily criticized. You've been on record of supporting Ken plan week to week. What do you feel like he does in game planning and calling in games that suits your strengths as a quarterback?
I think we have a very good rapport in terms of him knowing what I don't like and what I like. Obviously, getting to familiar stuff that our guys like that we've ran a lot in the past. I think that's something that any offense can benefit from, running familiar concepts and trusting the guys out on the field. And it comes down to the guys executing it. He can call literally anything on his playbook. He should be able to point at any given play, and we should go out there and try to execute it and execute it to the best of our ability. And so again, that comes down to the guys on the field, and we got to be better for him. I know he's getting a lot of flack, and I don't know, people talk as much as they want to talk, but comes down to the 11 guys on the field executing.
Josh, you practiced today. How is your shoulder now? Do you feel like it's improved from last week? Where is that?
Yeah, much improved. Still just taking it day by day, but yeah, we're good to go.
What do you see on film from the Broncos?
I think that they're a group that's, they're hungry to win. On the defensive side of the ball, they don't have, I wouldn't say any splash names on the defensive line, but it's a group that works extremely well together. They got a former Cowboy on the team, in Mike Purcell, so that'd be good to see him. But they got guys that work extremely hard, and they work together very well. They're being called to their strength right now on the defensive side of the ball. They're not bringing a ton of pressure. We know about who they have in their secondary, and again, guys that are smart and really solid, really good football players that play the game the right way. So we got to be ready for whatever they can throw at us and stick to our game plan and make adjustments if we need to.
Down you guys have still done a good job of kind of holding down the fort. With these upcoming 2 games, you guys kind of do that as an opportunity to you guys can hold serve, you guys can get the season back on track.
Yeah, I think that's a key for any team throughout the years. You got to win at home. You have to make these ones count. Obviously, you'd love to win the away ones too, but to have that advantage and to have obviously Bills Mafia in the house making noise and making it hard for the opposing offense and the opposing quarterback, it gives us an advantage. So we got to make sure that we do win at home, but our focus is Monday night and taking it one game at a time.
Sean was pretty emphatic with his confidence for the team moving forward, and I would imagine that's kind of a theme and a message that trickles down to everybody. For you, what brings you confidence as a team? Is it past trials and tribulations? Is it knowing the talent you have? I guess, what brings that confidence?
I don't know if you can pinpoint it to one concrete detail or one certain thing, but it's the guys that we have in the building. It's the amount of extra work that our guys put in, the amount of love that our players have for each other, the amount of time we spend with each other outside of the facility. I know it sounds corny to you guys, but I definitely think that makes a difference, and it's going to pay dividends. I strongly believe that, and got a lot of love for the guys on this team, and we're working extremely hard, and we don't want to let each other down. That's what it comes down to.
There's been a lot of people referencing 2021 and when you guys were 7-6. What do you remember about that time, and what brought you guys out of that at that time? Anything that would apply to 5 and 4?
I mean, I guess just backs against the wall and playing your best football in the later part of the year, and you can get off to a good start, you can get off to a bad start, and you can still make the playoffs depending on how you finish the year. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to finish each game and obviously with a win, but playing our best ball as time goes on and continuing to improve each and every day and working hard in practice.
Feel the urgency because of the situation and the schedule? I know we're not at the end, but can you just, like, around the team, around your teammates, is there a sense of that urgency?
Well, I mean, my coach in college used to say they remember November. This is where real football is starting to be played, and again, like I said, you got to play your best football going into the later part of the season, and that's something that we're looking forward to. We're excited about. I have an opportunity Monday night to go out there and again put our best football on the field, and if we don't, we're going to continue to keep working hard. But it's our job to go out there and try to find a win no matter how it comes.
The Sunday night in the post game, I think you said, we're going to figure this out. It's been like a 5-game stretch where in one form or another, the offense hasn't been where it's been in the past. So there's kind of a trend associated with that. In terms of figuring it out, like as you're in the meeting rooms and preparing for this game, do you feel like you're close? Do you feel like you've identified maybe what some of those problems are, that to get to the better execution and that it's right there, that next year is
yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like we're on the verge of being the offense that I know we can be. Obviously, every possession counts in this game, especially in the later part of the year, and we have to make those drives count. So to pinpoint it down to one certain, I couldn't tell you exactly what that one thing is, but making sure that we're extremely detailed in practice and continuing to trust each other and get better, and ultimately executing on game day. That's what it comes down to.
What have you seen from Khalil Shakir? He's caught his last 14 targets in the last 3 games. How have you seen him kind of grow in his role?
Yeah, I mean, he's a second-year guy. He knows every single position on our offense. He doesn't complain. He didn't complain about not getting touches early in the season. He didn't complain about coming in and blocking for guys and not getting any targets. He's just a guy that, again, I have supreme trust and faith in, a guy that does everything the right way, inside the building and out. And he's worked extremely hard to get his chances, and he's making hay and taking advantage of those opportunities.
How much do you appreciate, follow up real quick, how much do you appreciate a wide receiver that doesn't say, hey, get me the ball a little bit more? Is there a little more appreciation there?
I mean, yes and no, but, make no mistake, he wants the ball. Everybody on this team feels like that they can help this team with the ball in their hands, and that's what I love about our guys, that they work extremely hard. They have that internal belief in themselves. But again, we got a lot of selfless guys on this team that just want to help the team no matter which way they can.
Josh, how do you
But
balance?
it's something that you said during the halftime of the Tampa Bay game in 2021 is helping spark the turnaround. Not sure how much you can get into that, but how many times can a quarterback go into that well, and as far as picking your spots?
Yeah, I mean, it's a question I don't know if I have the exact answer to as well. I know there's been some uncertainty in this press conference, but that one may be the most uncertain in terms of, you don't want to just say things to say things. And I'm not typically a vocal guy. I typically just try to do and show. But just having internal conversations with our guys, and if I gotta say some things, I gotta say some things, and that's yet to be seen. But I do know that these guys are going to be ready come Monday night.
So what you're saying is you're more likely to say one-on-one than.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. But again, that's my style, and it's got me this far. And if I have to adapt, I'll adapt.
Josh, how do you balance, the sense of urgency and also maybe not playing super tight and maybe overthinking things? How do you kind of walk that line?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to mindset, and Coach McDermott talks a lot about mindset, but especially with the offense, just having an attack mindset and letting things rip, and caring more about the process than the result. And that's where I'm not you know, that's where I am extremely confident in our guys. The process that we have, it works. It's been proven to work. We haven't gotten the results that we've wanted to in the last few weeks, obviously, but continuing to stick to that and trust what we're being told and trust what we're doing, because, you know, we get this thing right, things are going to be just fine here.
It's pretty obvious, like, what Vaughn brings to a team on the field this year, a little bit of an outlier. But what has he meant to the team away from all of that? Just like straight productivity, what has he meant to everything else?
Yeah, I think, again, when you talk about the mindset piece and being a vocal leader, that's who he is. And for him to have all the knowledge that he has and pass it down to the guys that we have in that, especially in that D-line group with Ed, AJ, and Greg, and making sure that he's given them everything that he can, not just physically but mentally and emotionally as well. And that's where we love him. And, you know, Vaughn's still ramping things up, and once Vaughn gets going, watch out. Hey, guys.